Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. So you guys, welcome and welcome back. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. For returning subscribers and new viewers, make sure that you're liking the video, share the video, and leave your comments down below. All right, you guys, I wanted to get into this. When I tell y'all, Tisa tells, when she say let her cook, she mean just that. Let her cook. Now, she has a lot of antics, and that's okay. I love her. I love watching Tisa Tells because she be cracking me up. I'm sorry, so I kicking. She be cracking me up, especially when she be mocking Diddy's attorney, saying, Your Honor, Your Honor. But anyway, you guys, so I just did the upload yesterday about the 13-year-old victim that did the interview with NBC News and how they found all of the inconsistencies with her story. Well, let me tell y'all, and I didn't mention it yesterday, but I did notice, and I'm sure everybody else noticed, that when she talked, you can tell that, she's autistic, she has autism or something. I don't know what it is. I can't diagnose her, but you can pretty much tell there's something going on there, right? So Tita Tells did some digging and just went off of the information that the young lady provided. And you remember when they found out, her dad said, well, no, he doesn't recall that, and this and that, there and the other. And then that group said, oh, well, we wasn't even in the United States in 2000. We was traveling on tour out of the country, right? So instead of NBC or even her attorney, maybe her attorney do know and he just didn't say anything, but nobody came out and said anything in her defense. Now, she did defend herself, and she said that she may have mixed some information up, you know what I'm saying? She may have not gotten everything correct, but she said one thing is for certain is that it did happen and they did assault her. Well, y'all, Tisa Tells have done some digging. She went and she got some case laws showing how people that may have autism or younger people, how sometimes, how you can mix up the dates. And I get it too, because like I remember stuff that happened in my life as well, but I'm not going to be able to pinpoint a date or a time and a month or whatever, because some stuff I don't remember. Like my memory is not good. It's good, but it's not going to give you like specific dates or whatever. Sometimes I will be able to, and sometimes I don't. Like even when I be recording and I be saying stuff to y'all, and I be like, wait, I be trying to remember what I said. Like the other day I was trying to tell y'all about where Diddy can use his laptop, and I had literally just read that, but I could not remember exactly where it says. So it happens, you know what I'm saying? I know it happens, of any age or whatever, and especially if you have maybe autism, it definitely can happen. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. But Tisa Tells, we're finna get into her upload, because baby, she got the receipts and she got the proof. She got the receipts where Diddy invited another 13-year-old actress to his party. Now, this VMA party that the young lady said happened in 2000, it did not happen in 2000. It actually happened in 2003. And everything she said in that interview happened in 2003 instead of 2000. And instead of 2000, she said it was 2000, but it was actually 2003. So let's get into this upload that Tisa Tells did, where she's getting into it and she's giving us all the details. And she even found the house that Diddy owned at that time, when the lady said it was like a U-shaped house. Oh my God, oh my God, y'all. And Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce were all there. They were all there because Jay-Z and Beyonce actually performed. Eminem performed outside on the sidewalk. Just like the girl said, the group that she said she talked to, they were there. And then you're going to see Fonzo Bentley in the background when Diddy is over there talking to this other 13-year-old girl. And Fonzo Bentley is looking like, oh my God, like he's like nervous for the girl. Like, child, y'all, let's get into it. Let me stop talking. Let y'all hear it for y'all self.
Let me cook. I promise you, I'm going to feed y'all good. The woman who's now 38 told NBC News that she was living in Rochester, New York in 2000 and that attending the VMAs was on my bucket list at 13. I was like, oh my gosh, one of these things I've got to do. Remember all this, okay? She said she snuck out her window to evade her parents. She said a friend drove her to Radio City Music Hall. Remember this, because this is the same thing that Jay-Z tried to trip her up over. And let me just say this. I don't know if Jay-Z is innocent or guilty. I'm talking about Diddy's that we got you dead to rights. But oddly enough, Jay-Z, we got you at the scene of the crime too. So let's see. And yes, I have proof, video receipts, and picture proof. I got the receipts, okay? She says she hopes she gets others the strength to come forward. All right? All right. Simple enough. There's a few other things. She said a friend drove her to Radio Music City Hall in New York. She said in the lawsuit, people thronged into viewing areas outside the venue, which was decked out for awards. Crowds roared when J-Lo arrived. Eminem performed on the street. Remember that? She said, I didn't have a ticket, okay? Now, she said, I was on the NBC News app. Sorry, I'm taking screenshots, right? She said she didn't have a ticket, but she wanted to get in, okay? She told NBC News she spoke with musician Benji Madden at the after party. She said this was an after party Diddy threw. However, a representative from Madden confirmed that neither Benji nor his brother Joel attended the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at that time, okay? Now, when this happened, Jay-Z ran to court, dismissed this. But here's the problem. If we dismiss this, that means Diddy goes free. And that's when I clocked in and I said, not on my watch, okay? She said that when they confronted her with these inconsistencies, you lived in Rochester in 2000. Your dad doesn't remember driving you. You said Benji Madden with the tattoos. He wasn't there. He was on tour. This couldn't happen. She said, and also I felt some type of way with NBC News that this woman clearly has some type of cognitive impairment. And they were trying to do a got you moment, which I thought was very, very cruel. And on top of that, I thought that their investigation was very flimsy. I thought it was a hit piece. And I thought they didn't go deep enough. But don't worry, y'all, I did. She said, so this is what she said when they confronted her. Honestly, what is clearest is what happened to me and the route that I took to what happened to me. Not all the faces there are as clear. So I have made some mistakes. I made some mistakes in identifying. They said the woman also could not provide further information about the after party she claimed she attended. Y'all buckle up. We about to get ready, right? So Tony Busby on vacation, might I add. What are you doing, Tony Busby? Like, clock in. God, do I have to do everything for everyone? They said Jane Stoll's case was referred to affirmed by another. That's Tony Busby making excuses because basically he just signed off on it and he expected the people at the court and the lawyers to do. Alex Spiro, this is Alex. He is a legal mastermind. He is the reason Jay-Z is so bulletproof. Again, New York, LA, he has that thing on lock. He clocked into work and he gave a stunning emergency emergency motion to dismiss, okay? Jay-Z was sitting there laughing. The only thing is, let's get into this. So I started doing a little bit of research. Let me bore you a little bit with some case law. Have you guys ever heard of a case called Pisula versus Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York? It happened in 2021. I actually covered this case a lot. Now, what does this case with the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York have to do with Diddy? Besides Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilio, saying, Yana, my client was even a choir boy. I remember Mark Agnifilio saying that this is Summer Jam Scream. I remember Mark Agnifilio saying that at Diddy's bail hearing. Yana, my client, he used to be a choir boy. For some reason, why I was sitting there being like, yo, something seems off about this whole thing, right? I thought of the Pisula case, right? However you say it, Roman Catholic. Diddy choir boy, things were clicking, right? Now, here's why it is relevant, okay? The lawsuit named the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York, and I'll break it down, but we got to go through this because this is important, okay? There's a lot of things you got to hold in your mind. The lawsuit named the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York and the Church of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, IHM, as defendants, asserted that they knew or should have known about Gaynor's abusive behavior and failed to protect him, okay? David Pisula alleged between 1965 and 1967, when he was a minor, he was sexually abused by Edwin Gaynor, a teacher and a coach. This was a very, very, very heartbreaking case, but he won big, right? A key aspect of the case was the CVA, right? That's a child violence act. I can't, YouTube is going to censor me if I say it, but the CVA is the Child Victims Act, okay? Which temporarily extended the statute of limitations for childhood sexual abuse. The court addressed whether exact dates of abuse, which occurred decades earlier, were required. The court concluded that for incidents recounted long after they occurred, particularly involving minors, setting a range of years instead of specific dates is acceptable. The decision reflects the reality that survivors often struggle to recall precise dates due to trauma and elapsed time. Okay? This is very important. Now, I do want to just say this, right? Pisula is, I think, second, what is it? Pisula is, I took notes. Pisula is not federal. It is actually a state case. I think it is second appellate, if I'm not mistaken. I took notes. Hold on. Where are my damn notes? If I'm not mistaken, it is second appellate in New York, okay? It is not federal. So it does not bind. However, it is very persuasive. Keep that in mind. Binding means all y'all do this, you got to do it, right? Precedent means, yeah, peer pressure, you got to do it. Persuasive means you don't have to do it by law, but usually when you can show, because when federal court has a gap, they look to state law. So the state law is very persuasive in how a judge would rule, especially if there is an emergency motion to dismiss for people, right? Because an exact date wasn't there. Now, this is the tip of the iceberg. I have better proof. I'm starting you off slow. You know, I like to cook and then give y'all appetizers. Give you a little charcuterie board before we get to the soup, the appetizer, the entree. And baby, you know I love a good dessert, okay? Now, the court emphasized that dates and times are sometimes approximate and incapable of calendrical exactitude. In such cases, it held that survivors should not be penalized for lack of specificity if their claims provide enough detail for the defendants to investigate. The case has potential value for arguing in federal court that individuals who...
Let her cook, y'all. She getting into some stuff. She's giving y'all the case log first, and then she's gonna give y'all the proof of everything that girl, the 38-year-old woman, said when she was a 13-year-old. What happened? So let's get back into it.
Are neurodivergent or impaired may face similar challenges recalling exact details, supporting the admissibility of approximate dates or descriptions in abuse claims. Now, Tony Busby is not from New York. He's a Texas lawyer. He would have no way, or he should have, because he's a $10 billion lawyer. However, this is standard New York case law. Every good New York lawyer should know Pelusa, it doesn't matter, right? The P case, right? Archdiocese. Why is this important? One, this girl is alleging to be a minor. Two, she is also autistic. Three, if you saw that interview when NBC News, I'm cooking y'all, we getting there. If you saw that interview when NBC News was asking her questions, she's definitely autistic. I don't know how high functioning she is, but it is a thing, okay? Remember when I said that this case law would be very, very persuasive? It does not control or bind, but but it's persuasive. And if there is an emergency motion to dismiss, Tony Busby, if he got off his vacation in the Cancun and actually started getting into work, it could be brought in front of the judge to say that these lapses in time really don't mean anything and that they should be allowed to proceed. I actually think they will be allowed to proceed. Hold on, you guys. We're getting a little bit more into the case law and then we'll get into the receipts, okay? They said the applicability of state law in federal cases. Federal courts often apply state substantial law. I just read you second court appellate in cases brought under diversity jurisdiction or involving state law claims such as negligence. Thus, the reasoning from Pisula, which relies on New York state law, could be persuasive in federal court for similar claims. The Pisula decision, particularly its interpretation of the Child Victims Act, could help guide federal courts addressing claims of childhood sexual abuse under New York law. For instance, federal judges may rely on Pisula's approach to approximate dates, considering motions to dismiss for insufficient pleading of specific dates. Now, the law nerds, tattletales, y'all just went crazy over that, okay? But there's more. The federal pleading standards, that's Twombly versus Iqbal, plausibility standard, Pelosi's emphasis on leniency for survivors unable to provide exact dates due to trauma could be persuasive in addressing arguments that the plaintiff's allegations are too vague to meet federal pleading standards. This aligns with the broader principle of accommodating survivors' challenges and recalling specifics and dates. Again, it's persuasive for minors and for neurodivergent or people with special needs. This woman, the Jane Doe, actually happens to be both. So why is this relevant? Why could this be the thing to actually fix everything? Anyway, I keep going with persuasive value. I'll come back to that in a different video because I know y'all want to get to the goods and I'm getting impatient now, right? Now, what they can do, they can also add in supporting expert testimony. I know what y'all saying, but Tisa, where's the MFN receipts? Just to recap, federal court, Pisula could serve as a pervasive precedent for justifying leniency and requiring precise dates for long past abuse claims. Much like this young woman, Pisula's claims happened 20, 30 years ago, emphasizing the unique challenges survivors face under statutes like the CBA and supporting arguments about equitable tolling and accommodation for survivors with mental impairments, okay? While it would not bind federal courts, to be fair, its logic and principles could influence rulings, especially where federal judges must interpret New York law or analogous legal frameworks. This is analogous in legal frameworks. So let's get into this. So then I started thinking, okay, because the girl had so much detail, right? The VMAs, she was specific about being dropped off in New York at Radio City Music Hall. So I did some research and I said, when were the VMAs held at, give me all the years that the VMAs were held at Radio City Music Hall. And guess what I found, right? I found that they were held at 2003 at Radio Music City Hall. I said, oh, that's interesting. So I kept digging. I said, when were they held? In the media, when? In the year? Because you know I love unnecessary data. So I said they were held August 28th, 2003 at the Radio City Music Hall. As a matter of fact, Chris Rock, pre-Will Smith slapping the mess out of him, was actually hosting. Do you know, now this was in August. And I said, well, you look at this. Now, this isn't the music award show. But I said, well, you look at this. Jay-Z and Diddy were rolling hard in August 2003. Here they are at the white party in the Hamptons, August 2003. Again, the VMAs were at the Radio City Music Hall. Please suspend belief until we get into the receipts, right? Remember how Diddy's team kept saying, right? And also Jay-Z and everybody. There wasn't even an after party in 2000 that Diddy hosted. So what is she talking about? Well, if NBC had done an effing job instead of doing a hit piece, in my opinion, with a woman on the autistic spectrum, all you would have to do is Google and say, it wasn't 2000. They got the dates wrong. It was 2003 when this all happened. And Pelusa, whatever the case with the Archdiocese, supports this, that because she has special needs and because she was a victim of the Child Victim Act, she did not need to be specific. She just needed a broad range. Yes, Diddy attended the 2003 MTV Music Awards, but there's more. Not only did he attend, remember that after party they said they didn't exist? Diddy hosted the 2003 MTV Movie Awards after party. There is 5,000 pictures all over the internet that not only were you there in 2003, but you hosted in 2003. Here goes alleged scumbag, dirtbag, I don't know the correct term, Ashton Kutcher. He was also one of the guests of honors at Diddy's 2000 VMA after party. Okay? They was all there. There goes Jamie Foxx. But do you know what else happened in 2003 at the after party? I'll tell you, turn your sound up. This was the same year that Diddy was videotaped on camera, trying to pick what looked like, trying to pick up a 13-year-old girl actress at the VMAs. Y'all remember this? This girl was 13 too. Look at this right here. Look at this video.
When I tell y'all Tisa Tell cooks, when she cook and you let her cook, baby, she come with some of them receipts, honey. Y'all, let me stop talking and let y'all get back into it. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, she may take a while to get to it, but she giving all the information. Her video was actually longer than this. It was like maybe 2 hours long, but I'm giving y'all just the nitty gritty of it.
P. Diddy inviting 13-year-old actress to his after party. Yo, you coming to the after party? Look, and he's laughing. The footage of Diddy inviting a 13-year-old actress to his after party. Again, I got more receipts. This is just going. Put myself in it. Tony Busby, you need to put down that spicy margarita or cucumber watermelon margarita. You look like you like flavored margaritas, which is no shade because I do too. All right, virgin, because I don't drink. However, I will say this. Put the GD margarita down. Go and slap some sense into your staff because the evidence is on Google. And I literally did this with a vendetta and 5 hours of research because I said Diddy is not going free on my watch. Consider this a citizen's MFing arrest. But let's keep going, right? Because we got more receipts. Let's keep going. The same year as 2000, right? That they're acting all stupid. Oh, nothing happened in 2000. But NBC News, did you bother to see if any of the claims could be proven and legitimized in 2000? A 3-year difference for a woman that has cognitive impairments, for a woman that is a survivor of abuse, for a woman that deals with trauma and severe epilepsy because of this. Did you bother to see if there is any world where her claims can be true? So here we have Diddy inviting a 13-year-old actress to his after party that night. And again, this is in the 2003 VMA Awards, all right? Look at Ashton and Diddy, so loving and patient. Look at that. It's okay, sweetie. Let me help you up. I'm just saying, and don't act like 13-year-olds aren't allowed because we saw Diddy on camera inviting them. But it's not over. I got more receipts and more lawyers need to start clocking in. We are trying to keep monsters off the street. Can y'all please wake the F up and actually protect our communities? Please forget about the vetting. Start dipping into New York State case law that can reflect in a federal court as pervasive. God, do I have to do everything? Anyway, so this is the video. I got more receipts. I'm hyped. Remember when she said that it was quite a night because Eminem performed on the sidewalk? I did a little bit more, right? I did a little more digging. Apparently, oh, hold on. Look who were featured performances at the 2000 award. Eminem he allegedly performed on the sidewalk, just like the girl said. On top of that, who do you see right here next to 50 Cent? Good Charlotte. Remember how they were like, oh, we checked with the brothers, and the brothers said they weren't in New York City. That's great, NBC News. But did you check? Since you guys did a thorough investigative report, did you check to see if they were at the 2003 Video Music Awards? Because they were. They were at the Music Awards show. On top of that, they also went to Diddy's after party. There's the official after party that he hosted. There's lots to do. Also, the always controversial Marshall Mathers kicked off his performance of the real Slim Shady street side in front of Radio City with more than 100 Eminem lookalikes. His show-stopping arrival was announced by an eager Jim Carrey, who made his own unique entrance, letting audience members grab his bum on the way to the mic. I hope Diddy wasn't in the audience. You guys, but there's more, okay? Who else was at that thing? Here we go. Again, simple, stupid Google research. Lawyers, wake the F up and clock in. MTV VMAs Performance 2003. Eminem. You can go look at that.
Y'all see that they were at the party and they was at the VMAs and they were at the after party. Sorry, I came late trying to pause it. I had stepped away, but I was listening.
On YouTube, okay? But you guys, there's more. Good Charlotte arriving at the 2003 VMAs at the Radio City Music Hall news photo. 2003 MTV Music Awards arrivals. Good Charlotte arriving. They won $375 for that pic. No, I choose to show a picture of the pic. Let's keep going. Again, more arrivals. They were at the 2003. This girl who is autistic, who has deals with stress, trauma, and the New York State Second Appellate State Court already said that you have to give these victims grace. Got the year wrong. Because when you take out 2000 and you put in 2003, everything in her story checks out. Everything. Everything. You know who else was at the 2003 Video Music Awards? Look at this. Jay-Z performs stock photos, high resolution. View Jay-Z and Beyonce performing at the 2003 VMAs. So everybody's in the house. And again, I am not saying that Jay-Z is guilty. I'm saying that this lawsuit against Diddy is going to stand if it's the last MFing thing I do. If I have to clock in and do the research for the lawyers. If you guys are new to my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. My name is Tisa. Hi, my name is Tisa, and Gucci think I love them. At the end of the day, yeah, I do dragging, shading, funny stuff. I cover topics, but baby, at the bread and butter, I am an investigator, and I decided to clock in, sit, and literally put on my Batman mask or the Spider-Man mask, and make sure the streets of Gotham stay safe. Okay. So now we have Good Charlotte, Jay-Z. Well, Beyonce's not in the lawsuit, so she don't matter. But Good Charlotte, Beyonce, Diddy, Ashton Kutcher. There was an after party that Diddy actually hosted, but it's not over because I said, nah. That is not enough, okay? Again, Diddy lets out creepy laugh as he invites a 13-year-old Debay chased to a party in a resurfaced video. That's a shame and a scandal, okay? Just remember these creepy laughs right here, right? Look how uncomfortable she looks, and look how crazed and lunatic Diddy looks. Baby, I know when a man is trying to kick game. Look at Farnsworth Bentley looking nervous and afraid. Look at Diddy. I know. Look at the way he's angling his torso toward this girl. Ladies and gentlemen.
The other man next to Farnsworth is looking at Diddy strange too. They both looking at him like this ninja.
Right? No shade to anyone. Ladies, gentlemen, or whatever you identify as, you know when somebody's feeling you. They angle their torso towards you. Okay, look at the way he's even standing and actually looking, and look how nervous and afraid this little girl looks. But maybe that's just photo assumption. I have more receipts. Hold on, y'all. This is her also grown up. She played Lilo in Lilo and Stitch, and she appeared in American Romance. Remember the driveway? Hold on, y'all, because we got to talk. Remember? Oh, hold on, I got to get comfy. Sorry, I don't want to. Let's see. Okay. So remember when the girl said that she drove about 20 minutes to this house with a huge, it looked like it was white. Again, she was a kid. It was many years ago. When light casts its stuff on houses, it has a tendency to maybe make them look white. Or maybe in a child's memory, since everybody was dressed in white and it's all decked out. I don't know. The point is, I was looking and I was like, why is everybody on Twitter pulling up pictures of Diddy's Manhattan residence? Because I remember when he sold that residence. And I said, was there ever any chance that Diddy rented, lived, or had a place in New Jersey? You know what I found out? 9 years later, this was an article from 2016. Diddy finally sells his sprawling Alpine, New Jersey estate. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if I can draw your attention to the shape of the driveway. Let's not forget that Diddy didn't like having freak-offs in his home. Diddy's place of residence was a penthouse. In the federal government papers and also in Cassie's lawsuit, they all said that Diddy rented out, and Meek Mill's birthday.
And there is the house, you guys. There is the house. And it got that U-shaped driveway. Wow. And I could see why she, like how Tisa said, maybe it was lit up and it looked white. And then you see how it got the white panels around the window as well. So, sure. Or maybe it was white back then. I don't know. This was 2016 when they took the picture, but he still definitely had that house back in 2003, because if it was 9 years later, 2003 is within those 9 years if he's selling it in 2016. Okay? All right, let's get back into it.
He rented out homes. He kept homes only for freak-offs. He would go to hotels if he couldn't go. He didn't like that.
Well, my math was off just a little bit. 2003 in 2016, that is past the 9 years, but he still had that home back in 2003.
Nasty stuff happening in his house. And I know what y'all saying, but he had alleged freak-offs in his Miami home. Nah. Diddy had 2 homes. One was for freaking. One was for sleeping. Star Island Mansion 1 and 2, which were right next to each other. One specifically was used for freak-offs, and the other one is where his family stayed. Okay? The other one is where his family stayed. This is his New Jersey mansion. Not many people know about this New Jersey mansion. Why is that? Because it seems that it was only used for special events, special parties, if you will, special freak-offs. People are saying that Diddy used for possible freak-offs timed with huge events that happened in New York City, because it was right over the tunnel. Just like the LA home was used allegedly. I don't actually know what happened, but again, I actually don't know what happened in LA home, so we'll just move past that, right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if I can draw your attention to this round driveway, does this not look like what a possible 13 to 16-year-old, or actually if it's 3 years, depending on where her birthday falls, 13 to 15 or 16-year-old girl might see as pulling up into a huge round driveway? Is it not in Jersey, as she said? Did Diddy not own this house and he just sold it in 2016? This house in Alpine, New Jersey is a very rarefied air. Mary J. Blige, fabulous. A lot of people in the entertainment industry actually own houses. It is in a part of Bergen County. Again, it seems like even off of an internet search, somebody tell Tony Busby to wake the F up, or not even him, his research assistant, right? Does it not, hold on really quickly, you guys, 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let me get back to yelling. That does not look like the driveway and the house that the girl described from 30 years ago. Does it not? Bergen County, close to Manhattan, blah, 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 blah. On top of this, let us remember one thing from NBC's hit piece on a mentally, in my opinion, I'm not saying that they meant to do it, but it looked like a hit piece to me, on a mentally disabled woman that was doing her best to be brave and saying you have to tell the truth. It really broke my heart. I don't play about people playing with people with disabilities. Like literally, we got to stop this ableist society. Anyway, right? So, remember when she said that at the time of 2000, we looked into it and their registered address in 2000 was Rochester, and that's a 5-hour drive, right? Where was their registered address in 2000? No, I'm really asking. I don't know. But where was their registered address in 2000? Were they still living in Rochester, New York, 5 hours away? And even if they were living in Rochester, New York, the NBC never did any follow-ups. They didn't ever told us what she said, why the friend drove her down, where the friend went afterwards, or even anything with her dad. Again, he said he doesn't remember.
I still don't see why a 13-year-old has a 20-year-old friend. I'm going to still stand by that. But, hey.
Remember 2000, right? Does he remember 2003? Does he? Is her dad the ops? Now, in the article, it also said that her dad, they still have arguments this day because during that time period in her dad's life, there were whole months and years her dad couldn't remember. To me, it hinted, does her dad also have cognitive decline? Was he dealing with issues? Even now, how old is your daddy? Does he have dementia? Like NBC News did not give us any of that. And I know what you're saying, oh, they should have. But if somebody is low down enough, in my opinion, to literally play gotcha with a mentally impaired woman, and by the way, Tony Busby, you need your butt whooped for sitting your client down in front of NBC News and letting them rip her apart like that. Okay, at the end of the day, if I was a lawyer, I would have took the advantage because, baby, we are playing to win. But Tony Busby actually should have protected her, okay? It slipped through the cracks somehow, but it shouldn't have. So anyway, was she still living in Rochester, New York in 2003? Because if she wasn't and she moved closer to New York, that means it's no longer a 5-hour ride. It might be a 2-hour. It might be a 1 hour, baby. It might be a 30-minute ride. Now, ask the dad, do you remember from 30 years ago picking your daughter up from a gas station in Alpine, New Jersey? Now, just to let you guys know, hold on a second. I have the exact address of the house. I don't want to put it up there because other people live in there now, so I don't want to dox anybody's address, so I can't really show you. But when you look at where the address was, there are a lot, and when I say lot, I mean a lot of gas stations that are close by, that if somebody was running from the house, they could reach and they could ask an attendant for their dad or whoever to come and get picked up. So what do we have here? They go through Diddy's sprawling estate. It's a small borough.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to end it there. I just wanted y'all to see, if y'all want to watch the rest of her video, it's definitely more to it. It was more that she said and she presented before I started recording, and then there's more afterwards. So if you want to go, her name is Tisa Tales. That's Tisa Tales, and Tells, like you tell. But I'll put the link to her video down in the description below as well. Just wanted to bring this to your attention, you guys. When I tell you she done broke this case wide open, yeah, she done broke it wide open. So yeah, it looks like everything the young lady was saying is accurate. She just had the year wrong. She had, and that's possible. Yes, it was 2003 instead of 2000, and it's possible to do that wrong. You know, I get my years and dates and stuff mixed up all the time. It happens. So I understand it. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Leave your comments down below. What do you think about what Tisa Tales has brought to us far as the case logs, far as the proof that she's bringing, showing that everything that this young lady was saying actually did happen in 2003 and not in 2000. All right, you guys, like the video, share. Again, leave your comments down below. If you're not subscribed already, click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye-bye. Have a great Sunday.